In this video, we will enter a world of mystery that shakes the mind and imagination. Get ready to unravel a confusing and mysterious story. I will take you to a dark and interesting past, where the disappearance of a settlement challenges all reason and raises many questions. Let's go to the lost settlement of Roanoke Colony. In 1587, a group of English colonists under the leadership of John White decided to establish a settlement in North America. They departed from England with the initial goal of establishing a permanent settlement in what was then Virginia. This colonization was supported by Sir Walter Raleigh, an English explorer and businessman interested in the exploration and colonization of new territories. John White, a painter and navy captain, was chosen to lead the group of colonists. In July 1587, the group of colonists arrived on Roanoke Island, located in what is now North Carolina. Roanoke Island was chosen because of its strategic location and possible support from local Indian tribes. Soon after their arrival, Roanoke colonists began building their settlement. They erected several buildings, including churches, houses, and fortifications for protection. They also tried to interact with the Indian tribes around them, especially the Croatoan tribe. Roanoke's colonization did not go smoothly. Limited food supplies and resources, as well as tensions with local Indian tribes, became a challenge to their survival. At that point, John White decided to return to England for additional supplies and support for the colony. Due to war between England and Spain, he was unable to return to the colony for 3 years. However, when John White finally returned to Roanoke in 1590, he found the colony empty without a trace. All settlements, houses, other buildings are empty without any human traces. Empty buildings, silent streets, and an eerie silence envelop the place. There are no clear clues about the whereabouts of the inhabitants before they disappeared and where they went. There are only 2 words carved into the tree and the fence, namely, Croatoan, and Crow. This situation sparked confusion and fear among the local population as well as those who knew about this mysterious case. Several search efforts were made in the following years in hopes of finding clues to their whereabouts. John White, the leader of the colony, tried to find out their fate, including by examining the surrounding islands. He could find no clear clues about their whereabouts. Several other search efforts were made in the following centuries. In the 17th and 18th centuries, several expeditions were ordered to find out the fate of the Roanoke colony, but none were able to find any evidence that would explain what happened to them. So, what really happened to the residents of Roanoke? How could a settlement disappear without a trace? Who is responsible? Over the years, the mystery of the disappearance of the Roanoke colony continues to be a mystery that is still looking for answers. Various theories and speculations about the disappearance of the Roanoke colony arose. And here are some theories that have surfaced about the mystery of the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. One theory about the fate of the lost Roanoke colony settlers is that they integrated with local Indian tribes, particularly the Croatoan. This theory is based on finding the words, Croatoan, carved into a tree and Crow, carved into a fence by John White when he returned to the empty settlement. According to this theory, the Roanoke settlers may have experienced hardships and isolated themselves, and they decided to seek protection and assistance from the Croatoan Indians. The Indians were known to the settlers as friendly neighbors, and they may have had good relations before. Several archaeological studies have supported this theory of integration by finding evidence of interactions between Indians and Europeans in the Roanoke area. For example, finds of artifacts such as tools and ceramics showing European cultural influence have been found at archaeological sites around Roanoke Island and the surrounding area. In addition, there are reports from other explorers and sailors who stated that they encountered white-skinned people who had European characteristics and lived with Indian tribes in the region. However, despite indications of interaction between the Roanoke settlers and the Indians, more concrete and conclusive evidence is limited. The whereabouts of the missing Roanoke settlers cannot be definitively established. In addition to the theory of integration with the Indians, there is also the theory that the Roanoke colony experienced a natural disaster and famine which caused their fate. Natural disaster theories posit that the Roanoke settlement may have been hit by a disaster such as a severe storm or flood that destroyed their settlement and cut off their access to food supplies and outside assistance. Under these circumstances, the settlers might have isolated themselves and not been able to survive or give any sign of their presence to John White, who returned after 3 years. In addition, famine was also considered a significant factor in the departure of the Roanoke colony. The settlement may face limited food and resource supplies, leading to severe famine. These difficult conditions may force settlers to leave settlements in search of food or join other groups that are better able to survive. However, this theory also cannot be ascertained with absolute certainty. The lack of conclusive evidence makes it difficult to say with certainty that disaster and famine caused the disappearances of the Roanoke colony settlers. Next is migration theory. Some believe that the Roanoke colony settlers left the island and migrated elsewhere in search of safety or better resources. This migration theory is based on the fact that the Roanoke settlement experienced various difficulties, such as a lack of food and supplies, political instability, and tensions with the local Indian tribes. In this difficult situation, settlers might decide to leave Roanoke and seek somewhere safer or more profitable. Some theories suggest that they may have tried to reach other, more established British settlements in the area, such as Jamestown. They can also choose to return to England and leave the troubled colony. However, it is difficult to say with any certainty whether such migrations actually occurred, and if so, where exactly did they go? There is no clear evidence or historical records that reveal their purpose or fate after leaving Roanoke. Therefore, this migration theory is still a speculation that needs more evidence to support it. In addition to the rational theories discussed earlier, there is also a more supernatural theory that has emerged regarding the fate of the Roanoke colony settlers. Some people believe that the settlement of Roanoke fell under the influence of supernatural forces or supernatural entities that exorcised the inhabitants. Within this theory, speculation varies as to what might be the source of these supernatural influences. Some believe that the settlement is cursed by spirits or ghosts that harass and drive out the inhabitants. Mystical creatures such as witches or demons are also considered as possible drivers that make the settlements haunted and uninhabitable. Additionally, some theories suggest that there is a strong negative energy or unnatural magnetic field around the Roanoke colony, which may have played a role in destabilizing the settlement and driving out its inhabitants. However, it should be noted that these supernatural theories are highly speculative and not based on concrete evidence. They are more likely to arise from legends and folklore that developed over time. In the context of history and scientific research, it is difficult to provide convincing evidence to support this theory. Therefore, these supernatural theories are more often seen as a folkloristic or mythical aspect in the context of the mystery settlement of the Roanoke colony. And, until now, despite several theories and research, no definite and accurate findings can provide a definitive answer as to what happened to the Roanoke colony settlement. The mystery of the disappearance of the Roanoke colony remains one of the greatest mysteries in United States history. Various theories have been proposed, including integration with local Indian tribes, natural disasters and famine, migration to other places, and supernatural influences. However, there are no definite and accurate findings that can definitively explain what happened to the Roanoke colonists. The lack of concrete evidence has kept this mystery of continuing interest to historians, researchers and the general public. We are constantly confronted with historical wonders that invite us to imagine and seek answers that have not been revealed.